Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by Paramount Residential Mortgage Group.
Welcome to another edition of Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway, created exclusively for NMP TV and brought to you by our friends at PRMG who are working for your best interest. It was a pretty wild week last week as mortgage bonds continued their downslide, but then found important support and have bounced higher. This is good news. The 10-year Treasury moved up to an important Fibonacci level that we've talked about, 1.37%, and it stuck there before coming back down. That will be a line in the sand that we will have to watch this week to see if 1.37 on the 10-year holds, because if it does, we'll be in reasonably good shape. That breaks, we're going to probably see yields move up another 25 basis points or so in both the 10-year and likely in mortgage rates. That's why we have to watch that. Now, last week's news was kind of interesting. A report comes out saying that all of an individual's debt on average in the United States is represented 70% of which being mortgage debt and the other 30 being other consumer kind of debt. So, we got to thinking the average LTV is below 40% on a home right now. So if you think about it and you said, okay, just using some round numbers, if you have a 40 LTV with mortgage debt, and then let's just say, to use round numbers again, half of your mortgage debts represents all of the rest of your debt, well, then you could take somebody to a 60 LTV, pay off all their debt, find a bunch of money, pay down their mortgage payments every month, and wind up saving them years and years and years and years on their loan, building so much wealth for them, regardless of what the difference in interest rates. You could take them to a higher rate and do so, but chances are you'll probably take them to a lower rate. So the key is that take what the defense is giving you, take the gift you've been giving, and that is home equity. Appreciation has been wonderful. While there's so much complaining that it's hard to buy a home and that prices are expensive, there's a great side to that, and that side is that the valuations have really made payments in a very timely manner, despite the COVID situation. It has allowed us to take a look at individuals who might have MI and remove that MI. And certainly that extra equity, the big one here is to be able to get rid of the debts that they have, bring it down to not only a much lower interest rate, but a much more favorable strategy of reducing the payments so much that the found money can now be used to accelerate payments. And it has a dramatic effect. If you want to take a look and have your mind blown, just go to MBS Highway's debt consolidation tool, and I promise you, put yourself through it. You'll be pretty shocked at how powerful it is, and regardless of the rate, how you'll be able to change customers' lives. Now, this week, we're going to get more news on housing, but it's on the new construction side, and we're also going to be getting Fed minutes. Now, this goes back 3 weeks ago to the Fed's meeting and kind of gives the opinions of Fed members. Now, there's a lot of Fed members out there that are starting to talk about tapering. Whether this is just talk and they follow through it are two different things, because they oftentimes jawbone, but then they don't have the guts to back it up. There's 18 Fed members. There's a vacant seat. There's usually 19. 10 of the Fed members have already voted concerns, have already voiced concerns that they think that there should be a plan to taper very soon. And one other aspect of those 10 members that's important to note is that 7 of them are voting members, so they do have clout. Now, I don't think they're going to, I think their bark is going to be worse than their bite in this particular case. We'll find out more towards the end of this month, between the 26th and the 28th at the Jackson Hole meeting. I don't think the Fed's going to announce anything, but we may get some comments that stir things up about tapering. Now, here's the thing you have to remember. The Fed says they're buying $40 billion a month in mortgage bonds. It's BS. They're buying over $100 billion a month. Why? There's a big chunk of it that's reinvestment. As mortgages get paid off, they reinvest the money. They're not going to touch that. So if they tapered, even if they tapered a lot, $10 billion a month on the 40 that they're buying, it really means that overall, instead of buying $100 billion, they'll buy $90 billion a month. It's not going to make a big difference. It's not going to be as big a deal as people think. But initially, the markets may respond to something like that if this starts to get more in vogue and they actually follow through on it. But I think once things settle and they see how much they're still buying, it's not going to make that much of a difference in rates. But we'll have to be on guard for it, and we always are every day at MBS Highway. We help you be that way as well, make good lock decisions. We protected our subscribers before this big downturn. If you got burned, don't let it happen to you again. Get on board with MBS Highway and then have the tools to really help you gain more referral partners and close more business and not get beat by your competitor who has access to MBS Highway. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Be sure to click on the link below for your free 30-day MBS Highway trial.